It is that time, guys. It is that time of year when I will provide to you a letter grade of the Miami Dolphins season. Wish we were having this conversation in February, but it is what it is. Today is January 21st, 2024. Hope your new year's off to a spectacular start. If you do like the content, this particular video, go right ahead, hit that thumbs up. That would be fantastic. Feel free as well to subscribe to my channel. That would be equally as fantastic. So let's get into it, guys. And I'm going to do my best to be fair and, of course, balance everything out. In other words, I want to give this feedback and this commentary to you the way I see it while being as fair as I can. There's really no other way to put that or to explain that. The Miami Dolphins are in a situation, and I will get to my letter grade pretty soon in this video and then want to explain why I provide that grade. But the Miami Dolphins are like some teams in the NFL where certain excuses such as, well, we have injury problems and the weather and whatever else you want to say, especially when it comes to the injury problems, which are unfortunate, of course, it's not going to go over quite as well, even if it's true, which it is in the case of the Dolphins. But when you don't win a playoff game in what will soon be 24 years, as the last playoff win for the Dolphins was December 30th of the year 2000, none of these excuses really go over well. When maybe they should, but they just don't. Okay? If you're the Kansas City Chiefs next year, whoa, we had a bunch of injuries. Everyone's going to buy into it because the Chiefs are good every year, right? They're a top-notch organization year after year. The Dolphins clearly, at this stage, at this point in history, are not even close to the caliber of a Kansas City Chiefs. And maybe that's not fair, but that's the way it is. So we can make excuses all we want. We could talk about that forever. This team has lost 6 straight playoff games dating back to the 6th of January 2001 when they lost to the then Oakland Raiders. Of those 6 playoff losses, 5 could be considered blowouts because you lost 27-0 to Oakland Raiders in 2001. 2002, 20-3 to the Ravens. 2009 playoffs, but all these are January games. 27-9 against the Ravens. January of 2017, 30-12 against the Steelers. The only one we hung in over the last 23 plus years was last year against the Buffalo Bills, 34-31 loss, January of 2023. And then the 26-7 loss to the Chiefs just over a week ago as I make this video. What is disappointing, most disappointing, this year is that this team never responded to the criticism that we saw in both what we would consider the mainstream sports media, the main networks, and social media. Okay, so that main criticism was, well, this team doesn't beat good teams. And even to the point where we were called frauds. And many times you would hear that word fraud associated with the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins never responded to that. And what I mean by that is a late season loss against a team with a losing record at home in front of a nationally televised audience, the Tennessee Titans. A blowout loss in Baltimore to the Ravens. followed up by a Sunday night football loss by a touchdown to the Bills. You could have wrapped up the division at home. You didn't. You failed to do that. And then a very, what I would consider to be uninspired effort, really. I mean, against the Chiefs in the first round, the wild card round of the playoffs. I mean, you're in the game at the half, down 16-7. And then the second half, you get outscored 10-0. You lose 26-7. There's nothing to build on there. Nothing to build on. So my letter grade, let's get to that, for the season is a C. This is my best here. It's a C, being fair with all things being considered. I gave the Miami Dolphins, my grade, my fan grade, let's call it, is a C. Was thinking about giving him a C+, but no, I'm not going to give him a C+. I'm going to give him a C. We did improve the regular season win total from 9 to 11. That's probably the best stat or key figure or number to look at. We improved our seeding in the playoffs from a 7th seed in the AFC to a 6th seed in the AFC. Very unexciting. And we did not improve what happened in the postseason, as we lost in the first round last year, just like we lost in the first round this year. As a matter of fact, last year's playoff performance was clearly better than this year's. And please do not even begin to say to yourself, well, it was because of the weather, the injury. Because again, this is all my opinion. We don't really have anything to say. Like, we have no excuses at this stage. When you haven't won a playoff game in almost 24 years, or soon to be 24 years, there are no excuses, guys. Okay? There really are not. I will conclude this video by saying the defense I'm really not that upset with, because I think with all the losses, they did show some fight. They did. They played tenacious at times. I'm not that upset there. The offense looked good against teams that, again, right? We scored 70 against the Broncos. Everyone thought we were going to the Super Bowl. I don't think so. That was probably the worst thing that could have happened to this team. So, is Tua the answer? I really don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. I like him, but I'm not sure, guys. You're going to have to tell me, really. I like him. I say we stay with him, but I say that with a little bit of uncertainty. I think McDaniel is the right choice for the job still. He should remain head coach, but sometimes I wonder. I mean, he's got the right style. He's certainly a smart guy. But I think we almost need a bad cop mixed in with him, right? Because McDaniel is a player coach. Certainly strikes me as a player's coach. We need almost like a Rex Ryan type guy in the background. Even a Bill Belichick, one of these personalities where not everyone's going to get along with him, and he's basically going to tell you, if you don't like it, then go play somewhere else. We need one of those guys, or a Parcells, like one of those. Again, maybe not on the sidelines. I like McDaniel on the sidelines. Again, I like him as a coach. I do. But the vibe I'm getting, see, I'm not with the team, right? We watch what we see on TV and all this stuff. The vibe I'm getting is he's definitely is a player's coach. However, we need kind of a bad news guy too, mixed in, which I think many teams do have, right? They kind of adjust accordingly. Belichick, and what I think has made him a great coach in his career is that he's both. He can play both sides of it. Parcells the same way. They can play both sides very well, and maybe McDaniel is learning to play that other character, where I'm not going to always give you good feedback or good news, and that could be the hard part of a of his job. I would imagine. I've never been a head coach, guys, especially in the NFL, but certainly is not an easy part of the job for many in companies or in management supervisory roles, right? Giving the not so good feedback is sometimes the most challenging. So let me know what you think. My letter grade for this year is a C. I was thinking C plus, but I can't do it. I'll talk to you soon, and bye for now.